Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, good morning, and by extension, good morning to all members of this august House. I would like to move that this House confirms the foreign members to form part of the Parliamentary Service Commission. And therefore, that this House resolves that the foreign members be appointed members of the Parliamentary Service Commission in accordance with Section 194D1B of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi. The members are as follows: Honorable Chifundo Makande, MP. Honorable Daniel Chitonya, MP. Honorable Fred Penjani Kamlepo Karua, MP. Honorable Ismail Rizik Mkumba, MP. Honorable Beatrice Rosbe Mare, MP. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the proposed commission be adopted by the House. I beg to move.
Thank you very much, Leader. Honourable members, I'll repeat the motion that this House resolves that the following members be appointed members of the Parliamentary Service Commission in accordance with Section 194D1B of the Constitution of the Republic of Malawi. Honorable Chifundo Makande, MP. Honorable Daniel Chitonya, MP. Honorable Fred Penjan Kamlepo Kalua, MP. Honorable Ishmael Rizik Nkumba, MP. And Honorable Beatrice Rosbe Male, MP. Those honourable members, I need your order. Those of their opinion, say aye. Aye. Those of the contrary opinion, say no. Honourable members, the motion has passed. This House Honourable members, the motion has passed and this House has confirmed the commission. Thank you very much, honourable members. Honourable members, it seems we want to make sure that the confirmed commission is in the House. Can I ask Honourable Chifundo Makande, MP, to rise for the House to see him, please? Honorable Daniel Chitonya, MP, please rise for the House to appreciate you. Honorable Fred Penjan Kamlepo Kalua, MP, please rise. Honorable Ishmael Rizik Nkumba, MP, please rise. Honorable Beatrice Rosbe Male, please rise. Thank you very much, honourable members. Those are our commissioners. Congratulations to our commissioners. A youth commission that we have put together. And I pray they work to uplift the values of this House. Thank you very much, commissioners, and congratulations from the office of the Right Honourable Speaker. Thank you very much.
government business, motion on the President's address, that this House do agree with the address graciously delivered by His Excellency the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, on Friday, 31st October 2025. Continuation of general debate.
Leader.
First, Deputy Speaker, on behalf of government, I would like to join you in congratulating the new commissioners that this House has confirmed this morning. This is a noble task that has been bestowed on them, and I just wanted to assure your office that as government we will work to support your office and indeed this body corporate. We are very mindful that the responsibility that they shoulder now is very enormous. Looking after a house of 229 members is not a simple task. Looking after the welfare of all these members of this house is not a small job. So you can let's be assured that from this side, we'll do whatever we can within our means to support the Commission. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Leader, for those sentiments. It gives hope to this House and the Speakership that the House, through the leader of this House, has made commitment to work with the commissions, and would like to applaud government for the initiative and the House for confirming one of the youthful commission to have ever born in Parliament. We wish you well. Let's go and represent this House and serve honourable members and the whole House. Thank you very much. Honourable members, on the continuation of debate on the presidential address, yesterday the Right Honourable Speaker had already recognized 2 honourable members, so we will start with those and then open up to identify new members. So can I allow Lilongwe Mapuyu South to take the floor? And then after Lilongwe Mapuyu South, Kasungu Central will be next. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. First Deputy Speaker. And indeed, congratulations as you represent the young people in that particular office. Let me join my colleagues, my honorable members, in congratulating the Right Honorable Speaker and also the second Deputy Speaker for ascending to those offices. Right from the beginning, let me really thank the people of Mapuyu South for giving me an opportunity to represent them in this August House. It has never been a simple journey. I think I am one of the examples of young people that are quite resilient, having started showing interest to come to Parliament in 2008. And I also want to appreciate my predecessors that have taken over from them, particularly Honorable Esther Katumba, who was quite famous in this house for being Rambo. Of course, I will not be Rambo, I will be James Bond. And I also want to express my gratitude to the veteran Member of Parliament for Lilongwe Mapuyu South, Honorable Njovu Yalema, who has also been part of the mentorship program for me personally, that I learned a lot from him. First Deputy Speaker, I would also want to join the Leader of Opposition and honorable members in here in congratulating Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika who is now state president, for winning the 16th September elections. And they have also taken time to listen to his speeches. I think we can all agree that the state president means well for this country. I'm sure that as you discharge your duties in that big office as Speaker, First Deputy Speaker, and the Second Deputy Speaker, you will realize the critical values that should guide this House, that you shall be impartial and non-partisan. In fact, as His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika said, we must be united. And indeed, we must make sure that we defend our people and work together. If I look at the other side of the House, I have bloody relations. Malawi is so small, and we are all related. And it is indeed unfortunate that Malawi remains one of the poorest countries in the world, and yet we spend more time in fighting, in dividing ourselves, instead of working together. So I'm hoping that as the Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, said during the workshop for parliamentary committees, that he expects that we deliver on our mandate and indeed make sure that we are also agitated to find quick solutions to the challenges that Malawi is facing. Before I contribute towards the SONA delivered by the President, let me also express my gratitude and the vote of thanks to the Malawi Congress Party for giving me an opportunity to contest. In particular, I would want to appreciate and thank the former President, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, who has also shown statesmanship for making sure that the transition from the MCP government to DPP government has been peaceful. I look forward to a time to see honorable members from the government side also recognizing and acknowledging that Dr. Chakwera has also made contributions to this country. First Deputy Speaker, sometimes when you listen to most of the speeches, it's like most of the honorable members would want to take an advantage of their speeches to attack His Excellency Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera. But as we are also doing it from this side, appreciating and acknowledging the messages of peace and unity coming from the State President, I would also expect that our colleagues from the other side should also acknowledge the contributions the just gone administration has done. First Deputy Speaker, I'm told some other members are finding it very difficult to navigate the roads of Lilongwe. Instead of going to Area 25, they are finding themselves at crossroads because of the nice roads done by His Excellency, the former President. So I would want to appeal to our colleagues, and as my colleague said yesterday, it is important that the current administration builds on the foundations that the MCP government has done. It is very important that we need continuity in this country, and that most of the projects that has been initiated by the previous government should be continued and completed. And it is important also that I mention and thank all the colleagues and friends that have been with me in the journey to come to this August House. Let me now, first Deputy Speaker, sir, turn to the State of National Address by the State President. I acknowledge quite positive messages from the speech or from the statement. The first one being the call for unity. As we are, this country is divided. It's divided along tribal lines, divided along regional lines, and the State President has acknowledged that. And that's why the people of Lilongwe Mapuyu South would like to support the call by the President.
Honour Member, should we treat this as your maiden speech?
Yeah, it is. Yes.
Okay. Then you still have 6 minutes to go.
Thank you. And indeed, it is a very good call for unity. And as the others have already said, one of the divisive elements that have happened in this country has been over the tragedy that befell us, leading to the loss of lives, including that of the Vice President. And I personally support the idea that we need to have a fresh inquiry. And I'm hoping that those with evidence this time around will turn up to the commission and submit the evidence so that we move on as a country. Let me also acknowledge the increased investment towards community development through the increased CDF, 5 billion, which is a very commendable development if this country is to move forward. The support towards young people, the support towards women, these baskets are quite useful if we are indeed to turn our energies into production. So we look forward as people from Lilongwe Mapuyu South to see this promise coming to fruition from the next budget. As I move towards the end of my speech, let me also identify a few gaps in the statement that honorable ministers responsible should consider. I find it quite troubling that the statement delivered by the President did not adequately acknowledge the worsening economy that we are experiencing. Since September 16, the people voted for DPP. They expected change from the same day.
Point of order.
But as we speak, First Deputy Speaker, as we all know, we are currently experiencing acute shortage of fuel that this country has never experienced.
Honour Member, order. Honour Member.
This is very true.
Honour Member. Honour
We are
Member,
experiencing
you have 1
shortage
minute.
of sugar.
You have 1 minute to
this country
conclude.
has never experienced.
It's a maiden speech, so he has only 1 minute to conclude. Let's give him his 1 minute, and then I'll recognize Zomba Malosa.
This country, First Deputy Speaker, this country is experiencing worst blackouts in the history of Malawi. This country is experiencing shortage of water than any other time in the history of Malawi. And
in conclusion, Honour Member, in conclusion.
Yes, I'm going towards that. As I conclude, First Deputy Speaker, we from this side, we want to thank the state president because he has taught us simple politics. As we go back into government in 2030, we are going, First Deputy Speaker, I need your protection, yeah? We are going to simply, we have learned it from the state president, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, that when it comes to 2030, we will simply tell the people of Malawi, mwakaula eti, muzabwelezaso inu, munalisowa boma la MCP eti. As I conclude, First Deputy Speaker,
your time is up. Thank you very much.
I want to.
Your time is up.
They were making happen.
Basi is enough.
Point of order.
It's enough.
Kasungu Central. Kasungu Central. We have a point of order from Zomba Chingale. Zomba Chingale, point of order.
Zomba Tondwe, Honorable Deputy. Oh, sorry, my apologies.
There's Zomba Chingale on the floor.
Thank you.
Can the rest of the honour members please switch off our microphones so we don't get feedback? Thank you.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. I want to appreciate the contributions made by Lilongwe, Mapuyo South, but I think as a nation, we have serious problems because I expect the honourable member to appreciate that the issues that he has raised in terms of challenges, shortages of fuel, and others are emanating from the previous government. And therefore, the new government needs to be given time to sort out the mess. And you can actually see that the current government is on those issues, trying to sort them out. So I expected as a leader for you to appreciate that change needs time, and therefore we should resist it from misleading people. How can the whole honorable member begin to expect change after just a few weeks when change had occurred? Is that in order, Mr. First Deputy Speaker?
Thank you very much. I will recognize the Honour Minister on the floor, then I'll make my ruling. The Honour Minister on the floor, and this will be my last point of order. We don't have much time, Honour members. Then I'll move to Kasungu Central. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Deputy Speaker. Is it in order for a man who, until before election, still abused the funds, resources from an organization he was the CEO, when the conditions in public service clearly states when you get into politics, you leave certain benefits. The file is well clean on the table. To come and stand here as if he's clean when he is one of the people who has abused the resources, when he is one of the people who has contributed to the mess that we are in today by abusing resources, to stand here as if he has got clean hands. Second Deputy Speaker, even pregnancy, people do expect that a child will be born. But to expect that a child will be born in a month, in 2 months, in 3 months, the rules of the game remains. 9 months, a child shall be born. You can't expect change in a week. Is it in order for such a man to stand here and begin to claim the same? I submit.
Point of order.
Thank you very much. I will desist to tend this house. Honour member, please resume your seat. Resume your seat, honour member.
I needed to respond.
Resume your seat. Allow me to recognize, the allegations that have been made cannot be ruled upon, and they allow me to recognize the people of Kasungu Central to make their contribution. Thank you.
Honorable Deputy Second Speaker, thank you so much for according the people of...
Should we treat this as your maiden speech or just a contribution?
Maiden speech.
So you have 15 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, thank you so much for according the people of Kasungu Central an opportunity to be heard in this House. Honorable Second Deputy Speaker, I would like to say I come from a political district, Kasungu, and my journey coming this House this morning, I would like to recognize the presence of all the honorable members who are in here, but I would also like to begin by congratulating His Excellency, the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. I would also like to recognize and appreciate the democratic trait and conduct of His Excellency, former President, Dr. Lazarus Makafe Chakwera, demonstrated by conceding as well as facilitating the smooth transition of power. That demonstrated that he did put Malawi and peace above and beyond party and personal ambition. Second Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to congratulate you.
I'm actually first Deputy Speaker. Thank you very much, Honorable.
First Deputy Speaker, sir, I would like to congratulate you and the entire leadership team for ascending to such position. This morning, I would like to film my maiden speech for such time as this, inspired by the Bible book of Esther, Esther 14, that says, we've been chosen to come to this house for such a time as this. I believe the President has been chosen to come for such a time as this, where Malawi is still struggling, facing numerous challenges. All the honorable members, cabinet ministers, we've been chosen to come to this house for such a time as this, to offer solutions rather than politicking, pointing fingers and quarreling and hand clapping for no objective reason. Mr. Speaker, sir, I cannot stand in this house without extending my gratitude to the following courageous men and women from Kasungu Central whose worked day and night to make sure that our combined aspirations come to life. Bambololens kwa Gogode, Mai Florence kwa Mankaka, Prescott Nyilong, kwa Kabawala, Mai Monica, I would also like to recognize the entire local leadership, Senior Chief Kaomba, Senior Chief Lukwa, Mwase Tie Kapaizi, STA Suza, Mangwazo Ndume Tundulu, for their guidance and wisdom that has led me to come to this point. Mr. Speaker, I rise today not just as a representative of the people of Kasungu Central, but as a voice of every young Malawian who dares to dream beyond limits of circumstance. I rise humbled by the journey that brought me here, a journey marked not by privilege, but perseverance. I stand here as a living proof that capacity is not confined in privilege, that brilliance, leadership, and vision are not the birthright of the wealthy, but the inheritance of every child born in Malawi. Yet for many young people, especially those that come from poor backgrounds, like the youth of Kasungu Central, the journey to political relevance is a steep, lonely, and cruel. We are taught to wait our time. We are told we lack experience. First Deputy Speaker, what we truly lack is network, access, that can help the young people in Malawi to contribute positively. Deputy Speaker, sir, let me speak plainly here. Politics in Malawi has become a game of money, not merit. Young aspirants in Malawi are being forced to choose between feeding their families or funding their campaigns. They are asked to prove their worth not through ideas or wisdom or intelligence or competences, but they are forced to prove their worth through bank balances. Deputy Speaker, sir, that's not democracy. That is exclusion. We must dismantle this system that rewards worth over wisdom. We must create a political culture where ideas matter more than handouts and where integrity is valued above influence. We must put Malawi first. Deputy Speaker, sir, our national development must never be held hostage by partisan politics. Our roads do not wear party colors. Our hospitals do not wear party colors. Our children, whether in Kasungu Central or Chitipa, Blantyre or Nsanje or Likoma, they do not dream in red, blue, or green. They dream in hope. Let us give Malawians hope in this house. Let us rise above division. Let us legislate for progress, not popularity. Let us build a Malawi where collaboration is not betrayal and where unity is not weakness. To my fellow youth, this is not just our time to rise, it is our time to deliver. To deliver the Malawi we've been dreaming about. The Malawi we aspire and whisper in our prayers. A Malawi of opportunity, a Malawi of justice and dignity. We are not leaders of tomorrow, not anymore. We are leaders of today. Let us lead with courage, let us lead with compassion, let us lead with conviction. Mr. Speaker, sir, we must be confronting violence and propaganda in this nation. When the youth do rise, we are met with violence, physical, emotional, and digital. We are slandered and threatened. Propaganda becomes the weapon for those who fear our courage. But will not be silenced, will not be broken. To the youth who have faced intimidation, including myself, your resilience is your liberation. Your voice is your victory. And your presence in this chamber, in this moment, is a declaration that we will not retreat. The youth are rising up to the leadership position. Deputy Speaker, sir, this House might wish to know, 10 days before the general elections, I was attacked. My car was smashed. My campaign funds were stolen. But I'm not here to point fingers. I'm here to challenge the political environment that makes it dangerous for young people to simply try to represent their people. We must ask ourselves, Deputy Speaker, sir, what kind of democracy are we building? What kind of democracy are we building in this country? We must ask ourselves, if propaganda represses policy, intimidation overshadows ideas. Deputy Speaker, sir, I am grateful for Kasungu Police. They moved in quickly and managed to recover some of the stolen items, such as money, soccer balls, and branded clothes, my phone. And the people that attacked me, Deputy Speaker, sir, the police were diligent enough to recover my properties, and the official candidate for Afford who was standing as MP, these stolen items were found in his house. The governor for Afford, my phone, my clothes, my money was found in his house. He's out on bail. I cannot go on as the case is in court. Deputy Speaker, sir, no matter the noise, the voice to fight violence will still stand strong. No one can make any noise to make that go silent. I stand strong and say we must confront violence and propaganda across party disciplines and regions. Deputy Speaker, sir, let me reflect on the state of the national address. Deputy Speaker, sir, I must recognize and thank His Excellency, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika.
You have 4 minutes to go.
For a courageous.
You have 4 minutes to go, Honourable Member.
For a courageous and bold move by putting 5 billion, which my 2 councillors as we stand, they are true custodians of that. Deputy Speaker, sir, that 5 billion, from Kasungu Central, I will continue providing tap clean water that have been contributing to my community. 82 villages are already drinking tap clean water from the little changes that we used to have. Now with 5 billion, we hope to do more. We hope to take care of our people. Mr. Speaker, sir, as I reflect on the State of the National Address, now I want to say balancing vision with reality, a constructive reflection on economic stabilization and national promises. Deputy Speaker, sir, honorable members of Parliament, today, standing here, I'm humbled because I want to treat this House with respect as it deserves. The visionary policy pronouncements made by His Excellency the President during the opening of this Parliament, Deputy Speaker, sir, the introduction of free secondary education, the commitment to infrastructure expansion, the prioritization of youth empowerment initiatives reflect a government that is listening to its people. These are not just policies, they are promises of hope, equity and transformation. The people of Kasungu Central and Malawians across the country are grateful. Free education in particular, it is a landmark decision that will open doors of thousands of people from Kasungu Central, but also Malawi in general. Investing in youth, enterprise and infrastructure signal a forward-looking agenda that places human capital and inclusive development at the heart of our nation's progress.
Consider winding up, Honourable Member.
However, Mr. Speaker, sir, while the vision is inspiring, we must also confront the economic realities in which these promises are being made. Malawi is currently facing severe fiscal crisis. Our public debt is rising. When we look at those figures, those are not just statistics, they represent a daily struggle Malawians are trying to make ends meet. This brings us to a critical tension, the promise of debt reduction versus the expansion of public expenditure. Deputy Speaker, sir, the President rightly pledged to reduce our national debt, yet the seamless rollout of costly programs create a fiscal contradiction. If we are to move forward without a clear roadmap, these initiatives require substantial public investment, and without clear strategy for new revenue generation, external financing, or expenditure reprioritization,
With these few remarks,
I would like to say the people of Kasungu Central will always stand in this House, look at matters with objectivity, sobriety, not popularity. No amount of hand clapping or supporting blindly will ever come from the people of Kasungu Central. With these few remarks, as I rewind, Honorable Speaker, sir, we must be asking questions that resonate from the promises. If this was my father's house, Ajisare, ndikanango kalabasi kuti ana daddy, because you don't ask your father, but I'm duty bound to ask relevant questions how government intends to finance and do all these projects. Otherwise, the people of Kasungu Central are grateful and we look forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honourable Member. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I will recognize a set of 3. I will take the Honourable Member at second from the front here.
First Deputy Speaker.
What constituency is that? Zomba Chikomwe. Zomba Chikomwe, number 1. Then I'll go to the constituency.
Zomba Ntonya.
No, I'm already in Zomba.
Zomba
so let me go. What constituency is this? Sorry? Mzuzu, Site, Southwest, that's the second. Then I'll go to this block. I'll recognize Nkadabe, Chinteche. And then...
Nkadabe North.
So let's go to 3. And then we'll start, when I come back, we'll start from this corner. Thank you very much. In that order, members. Leader, I see leader rising. Honorable member for Chikomwe, please.
Right honorable First Deputy Speaker. The previous speaker, at the very end of his speech, posed a question as to where resources to support most of these programs will come from. I wanted to inform him that through austerity measures, one of which is the reduction of foreign travel, the reduction of fuel that is provided to ministers and various state actors, will provide us with a buffer, will provide us with more resources that will be invested prudently in these important social sectors. The rampant abuse of resources by the previous government is what we are trying to address now. All those savings would be channeled towards social services for our people. I submit, First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Thank you very much, Leader, for that clarification. And indeed, the austerity measures have been seen from the memo yesterday, and I'd like to applaud government for the austerity measures. Let's walk the talk for the benefit of all Malawians. Thank you very much. Zomba Chikomwe.
First Deputy Speaker, thank you so much for allowing the people of Zomba Chikomwe to speak in this August House this morning. Zomba Chikomwe constituency is found in Zomba district at the southern tip of the district itself. It's a new constituency.
Honour member, you have 15 minutes for your maiden speech, so you'll be finishing at 10:35.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, before I proceed commenting on the SONA, let me thank God that today I'm found in this August House. It's not my own making that I'm here, but I can only thank God that He held me by His hand, and today I'm here. Secondly, let me also thank the people and the leaders of the DPP from Chikomwe constituency for entrusting me with the responsibility to represent them in this House. It is a noble task which I'm prepared to handle as we move on in developing our constituency and indeed this country. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me also, on a positive note, recognize the tremendous contribution from my family, especially my wife, Helen, my children, Noel, Beatrice, Tembisa, and Mbumba. These are people who have supported me together with my sister, Patricia Matola. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me also thank the traditional leaders who walked with me throughout this journey. There is Traditional Authority Mwembere, Traditional Authority Mbiza, and Traditional Authority Ngwerero. These are people, amongst others, who have traveled with me on this journey. Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, sir, let me also congratulate Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika on his election as President of this country. Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika was elected by all regions of this country. He was elected throughout the corners of Malawi. His election went through all tribes of this nation, and it was beyond regional, tribal, and religious lines. Professor Mutharika is indeed a unifying factor for this nation. I also want to congratulate you, sir, Deputy Speaker, and your colleague, Second Deputy Speaker, on your election. It's a youthful combination, and we hope and we have our aspirations that will help this contribute towards the movement of this House. Mr. Speaker, sir, Deputy Speaker, sir, without going into the further details on the cabinet, this cabinet is a capable cabinet which has been appointed by Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. We have distinguished and capable sons and daughters in this cabinet who I believe will move and are capable of delivering development to this nation. The caliber and the credentials of this cabinet is nothing else but encouraging and giving hope to all Malawians. I come from a private sector, and if it were a company, we would say this is the best management ever assembled in the company. And we wish this cabinet the best. In other words, if you look at the cabinet itself, from the Professor Arthur Peter himself, the cabinet, even the DPP government, you'll find that we are going back to the proven leadership, we are going back to a tested leadership, and we are going back to a tried leadership. This is a leadership who will transform this country to another level. First Deputy Speaker, let me also, in a special way, thank Professor Gertrude Mutharika, in a special way, for allowing Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika to stand as a presidential candidate in the just ended election. Just like any other, all of us here, we had to consult our spouses, whether to stand in an election or not. And it took Professor Gertrude Mutharika to say yes to her husband, who is the president of this nation. In other words, if it were not for Professor Gertrude Mutharika to say yes, we couldn't have President Mutharika today as president. So I think this House, we need to celebrate Professor Gertrude Mutharika, and you say, thank you, Mama, for giving us Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika as our president. Mr. Speaker, sir, we were sworn in this House. We sworn to Almighty God to change the lives of those who ushered us into this office. We must rise above party politics and partisan interests in this country. The expectations out there from people are very high. What they want is development in this country. And in particular, my constituency, being a new constituency, we lack so many issues. We have so many challenges. We talk of road, and in particular, the road from Tondwe via Zaone, Mayaka to Jali. This is a very, very important road, and being an agricultural area, would prefer to have this road tarmacked as soon as possible. The other challenge which we face, Deputy Speaker, in our area is the problem of hunger. There is biting hunger in that area, in that constituency, but we take solace in the promise by the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, that he will provide maize, which he has already procured from Zambia. And I understand that there is also some more maize coming in from other parts of the world. And to hear from the President himself that he is intending to establish and assemble a fertilizer manufacturing plant, we hope and we are assured that this hunger will come to an end. The people of Zomba Chikwamwe, First Deputy Speaker, sir, we also have challenges of water. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is it needs an immediate attention, and we hope and we pray with the capable minister we have that this water will be provided in the nearest future. Another challenge which we have in Zomba Chikwamwe constituency is the lack of a proper hospital in the constituency. The Minister of Health is around. He's a capable minister. We intend to talk to him in the near course. We also want to thank the President, Mr. Deputy Speaker, for his promise and his continued promise that he will allow the social cash transfer to proceed. Many Malawians in my constituency depend on this program, the elderly, people with disabilities, the vulnerable youth groups. They all depend on this social transfer program. And it was very reassuring to hear from the President himself telling us that this program will continue, and he will support it full-heartedly. Honorable Deputy Speaker, I intend to wind up by saying that the positions we are holding today in this House, we hold them on trust. The public out there is watching us. If they don't see any changes in their lives, they will have no reason for them to vote us back in 2030.
Yeah.
So whatever we say, whatever we do, we must make sure that Malawians are watching us. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move and support the motion on the floor. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Zomba Chikwamwe. I'll still go to Mzuzu. I know I'm mindful of the time. Honourable member from Mzuzu.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker.
Is this your maiden speech or just a contribution?
Maiden.
Okay, please, you have 15 minutes.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, for allowing the people...
So you're finishing at 10:45.
Thank you. For allowing the people of Mzuzu City Southwest to make their first contribution in this August House. First Deputy Speaker, sir, allow me to begin by extending my heartfelt congratulations to His Excellency, the President, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, on his well-deserved victory. I wish him well, as his leadership continues to inspire confidence in the future of our nation. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me also congratulate you, the Speaker and the Second Deputy Speaker, for earning the trust of this House to preside over the proceedings. I wish you all the best as you be discharging your duties with wisdom and impartiality. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I extend my warm congratulations to my fellow members of Parliament. The journey to this House was not easy. But the people of Malawi have placed their trust not based on the region or party affiliation, but on the strength of our character and commitment. Time is already ticking, so let us get straight into serious business. First Deputy Speaker, sir, I'm deeply humbled by the trust placed in me by Inkosana Kagawa Mhoni, Inkosana Kamweko Chavula, Inkosana Unyoro Lungu, and the people of Mzuzu City Southwest. I pledge to represent them with integrity and dedication. First Deputy Speaker, sir, the people of Mzuzu have waited far too long for the construction of the dual carriageway from Lusanga's road block to Dundu's road block. The city's road networks are poor and heavily congested, especially during peak hours. Mzuzu is a fast-growing city in terms of economic activities, and yet its infrastructure development lags behind. Poor road conditions not only hinders business and delays transportation, but also contributes to accidents. First Deputy Speaker, sir, investing in this dual carriage and improving the internal road networks will ease traffic congestion and overall mobility for the resident. The people of Mzuzu deserve modern and reliable infrastructure that matches the city's rapid economic and social growth, which I believe the DPP-led government will prioritize. Indeed, it is the DPP government, under His Excellency Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, that constructed a number of roads, namely Mchengaotua Road, Ruinga Nkorongo Road, National Bank SOS Road, Shiputura Road, Katawaling Road, which they did under City Road Upgrading Program, which I believe the leadership will also increase the funding in the program. I'm confident that this proven leadership will continue to deliver by constructing the main dual carriage and maintain existing roads, especially in Mzuzu City Southwest constituency. First Deputy Speaker, sir, let me now turn to health services. The people of Mzuzu City Southwest have long been deprived of adequate health care. The city has only 2 health centers, namely Mapale and Zorozoro, resulting in overwhelming pressure to Mzuzu Central Hospital. And this can compromise service delivery. It is the dream of every constituency, through the proven leadership of DPP government, to have their own health center. Land for the facility has already been identified, and I can assure the House that Inkosana Unyoro Lungu has already allocated the land where we can build our health center. So, I will, First Deputy Speaker, sir, I commend the DPP government for introducing free secondary school education. However, Mzuzu City Southwest has 9 primary schools, but only 1 community-day secondary school. This imbalance will limit access to free secondary education and will force many students into night schools and private institutions. It is my desire and the desire of every parent with a child in Mchengaotua Primary to see DPP government facilitate the construction of additional secondary school within the constituency and CDSS. I appeal to the Ministry of Education to consider including Sonda and other primary schools in the next phase of MALAWI construction activities, so our learners can access quality education in a conducive environment. First Deputy Speaker, sir, on the issue of hunger, Mzuzu City Southwest has only 1 ADMAC depot, saving 5 wards. This is insufficient. Less than spend days trying to purchase maize, which disrupt livelihood and cause unnecessary hardship. I strongly urge the Ministry of Agriculture to consider establishing additional selling points within the constituency to ensure food security and accessibility. First Deputy Speaker, sir, with these few remarks, I once again thank you for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the people of Mzuzu City Southwest. I stand ready to work with this House to deliver meaningful development for our community. Thank you, Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. The people from Mzuzu City South. Let's go to Nkatabe Chinteche.
Thank you very much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing Nkatabe Chinteche to make a contribution. Ordinarily, First Deputy Speaker, I would have yielded the floor to those who are coming in for the first time. But the brevity of this document has given me an edge, at least to speak something on it. First, Mr. Speaker, let me congratulate those who have joined the House for the first time, those who are coming for the second time, those who are coming for the third time. We all had our very serious battles. It was not easy. As for Nkatabe Chinteche, I appreciate the 3,339 people that voted for me. Without them, I wouldn't be standing here as a member of Parliament for Nkatabe Chinteche today. First Deputy Speaker, let me also congratulate you and your colleague, Second Deputy Speaker, that you have risen to those high seats. You know as well as I do that your journey starts in 2014 in Natural Resources Committee. So I urge honorable member here that if you want to rise above the seats you are sitting on to those higher seats, make sure that you have a stint with Natural Resources Committee. First Deputy Speaker, also let me congratulate the honorable ministers.
I don't know, honorable member, you mean the Natural Resource with Chilenga or without Chilenga?
With honorable Chilenga, of course. First Deputy Speaker, let me congratulate also the honorable ministers that have been appointed to be ministers. It was not easy. The cabinet is too lean to be considered. So you need to thank your God for that. You are all good quality to make sure that His Excellency's wish is delivered. Let me also congratulate the honorable commissioners for assuming the position of commissioners. We look up to you to work for the honorable members. First Deputy Speaker, I would be accused of being jealous if I don't congratulate His Excellency the President, Professor Peter Mutharika, for his victory. First Deputy Speaker, I'm a historian, ancient historian of that matter. In ancient history, we will tell you that there are two types of victory. There's victory in good weather and Pyrrhic victory. What Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika had is victory in good weather. A walk in the park. That reminds me, I think more of you, even all of you, of my school days. I went to school where everybody else was considered to be very intelligent, but there were others who were more intelligent than others. Those who were more intelligent, you find that they passed exams with minimum effort, without even reading. They would be moving around disturbing others. Some people spend hours, even feet in the water so that they don't sleep, while others, no effort. Professor Mutharika moved, I believe, from Blantyre to Lilongwe to Mzuzu and back to Blantyre, and he was the president next day. While for Pyrrhic victory, when you gain Pyrrhic victory, it's like a boxer who wins a bout but ends up in hospital. That is Pyrrhic victory. You win, but you suffer a lot. First Deputy Speaker, I love the brevity of this document. I not just love it because it comes from the president of the country, no, but I've got a history with brevity. I remember during my school days, we were supposed to write an essay about Alexander the Great. So because I loved Alexander the Great, I thought I could write everything that I knew about Alexander the Great. I wrote about 5 A4 size paper And in my, I believed that I would get marks not less than 15 out of 20. When the papers came, I saw red ink. At the end, I saw a 0. That was not the problem. The problem was what the teacher wrote at the very end. This is where you should have started. First Deputy Speaker, that's why I came to love to be very concise. Write facts, not too much, but what is supposed to be written, very short. Just like what to do, sometimes some of members here have got a tendency. You want to have Tunduma suits, maybe 20. That is quantity. But when you have maybe 5 good suits, real suits, that is quality. Quantity versus quality. I will again take you to ancient history. In 480 BC, 300 Spartans withheld a Persian army of thousands for 2 days until they were betrayed by colleagues. They decided to fight to the death. I'm not asking one member to fight to the death, but to make sure that this document represents the 300 Spartans. The problems that our country is facing represent the many Persians. So if we do good with this document, we will achieve what generations to come will want this country to be. Quality versus quantity. We are used to sonars which are supposed to be a labyrinth of a document. But history has been made now that a sonar can be, there are 7 pages in here. A sonar can be 7 pages. I'm not despising those who love writing and writing and writing without knowing where a full stop is supposed to be. But I love brevity. In this document, let me comment about electricity. The president talked about issue of electricity. In my constituency, I've got several areas where people have wired their houses that are waiting for electricity. Now, with 5 billion CDF, I will not be waiting for Mariep again to have those people have access to electricity. We will use that 5 billion. Places like Mugodi, Kamsita, Chamarara, people are waiting for electricity. Now this is the time they will have the electricity. We will develop this country almost at once, because once we start getting these monies, it means every constituency will have a development of some sort. Issue of mining, we have talked a lot about mining in this country. There is no way God can create our neighbors with minerals and Malawi without minerals. God is not an unfair God. We have minerals, but what remains now is to make sure that we start mining those minerals so that our country can now be looked upon as one of the, at least a developing country in this part of Africa. On free primary education, we will now have a break because we used to be bothered by school fees. Each day you ask about school fees, now that will be thing of the history. Maybe now people will change their tactics. Instead of asking for school fees, they'll ask for something else. Because as they say, money is never enough. Money cannot end our problems. It simply changes our problems. If I was drinking cachaso, once I've got money, I start drinking Kazbek. It means my problems have changed. So I hope we'll have a break on this one. On issues of passport, I'm happy to hear that Branta, Lilonga, Mzuzu now start printing passports. We know, we Tongas, we love to travel from time immemorial. So our problem is passport. People coming from Hatabe to have a passport printed in Lilongwe. That is not good. But with this, I think we have solace that at least we'll have a break. Malawians queue a lot for many things in this country. Now, I've in mind road traffic. Honorable Minister of Transport, please try to change. Why should people be queuing for a road permit every 6 months? COF is understandable. Maybe you want to check the road worthiness of the vehicle. But a route where a vehicle is going every 6 months, if it's the issue of revenue, make sure that that revenue is collected at once. If it's every 6 months is 20,000, another 6 months 20,000, make sure that you collect 40,000 at once so that you decongest road traffic. Because this is another recipe for corruption. When people queue too much for these services, it means corruption sets in. So make sure that is sorted out, Honorable Minister. It's very easy. Overnight, this thing can end. We can end queuing. I know that there's a DPP Secretary General in this chamber, who's also Minister. Please, colleagues from DPP, God has given you a chance to change the way we do politics in this country. As a country, we cry for tourism, but the tourism that we are not interested in is political tourism. And political tourism. I know some people, they just lost as members of parliament. They were already knocking at the doors of DPP. They want to join. You went hunting alone. You killed alone. Why should we come? Before you start eating yourself, why should we come to stand and eat? What is the benefit? What do you mean? In a constituency, somebody has won. Somebody has won. Why should you welcome a loser at this point? A loser is a cargo with no value.
Consider winding up. Much as we are loving your debate, consider winding up. Possibly, Blantyre North might donate his time to you next time.
Thank you, First Deputy Speaker. I want to end by saying this. If I want to go to America today, to get an American visa, it will be very difficult for me. Make joining DPP difficult as it is difficult to get an American visa. Let's change politics. You don't want to be alone. You need opposition. Let them stay in opposition. These tourists, they mess up that party. Some people have been in all political parties. They were, yes, I'm in PP. I am in PP. With my 3 members. We are the 300 Spartans. I'm not moving to any party. I am not moving to any party. Let DPP eat what they sweated for. Let us be where we are. We can contribute to national development from where we are. CDF has been given to every constituency. So what are you going to do by joining? You want to crowd those who sweated to get you so that you get victory. Because political tourists are very good at talking. But when trouble comes, they are the first to go home. Sometimes even planes come to... I know them. We know them. Honorable member, you can...
Honorable members to my left, order. The honorable member holding the floor, his time allocated is controlled by this office. So I gave him one extra 1 minute.
This goes across.
Allow him to finish.
This goes across. Even to people of my party, there are others who have packed their suitcases. So I'm not talking about people from only one party. I'm talking about the way we do politics in Malawi. For your comfort, I'm talking even people from my PP. I know others who have packed their bags. Let them stay in PP.
Point of order.
Let them stay in PP.
Point of order.
Let us stay in our party.
Point of order.
But please, switch off your microphone, please. Thank you. He's finishing. Let him finish. 1 more minute, he's finishing, and then I'll give you a point of order. Please conclude. In conclusion.
In conclusion, I thank the President for making a very brief document, and history has been made in Malawi. History has been made in Malawi that a SONA can be as brief as 7 pages. With those words, I support the SONA.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The Honorable, I recognize the Honorable Minister of Justice. Is that a point of order? Is that a point of order? Then I'll go to 2 points of orders this side.
Honorable
Minister of Justice, please.
Honorable First Deputy Speaker, sir.
Please, Honorable Zimba South, please resume your seat. The Honorable Minister of Justice is on the floor. Thank you.
The Deputy Speaker has given me the floor. Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, the last speaker, Honorable Member for Nkatabe Chinteche.
Yes, Chinteche.
Has reflected on this side, especially on the part of political tourism. I thought I should protect the government side. In my capacity as Minister of Justice, that be assured, Honorable Member and Honorable Members, that the DPP government and the DPP ruling party is implementing a new constitution which is very strict on who joins the DPP. So if anyone here believes that the culture of political tourism will continue under this DPP administration, you are wasting your time. We have got a very strict rule in our constitution as to how we vet those who join the DPP. I want to assure you, Honorable Member for Nkatabe Chinteche, that the DPP government this time will take care and stop political tourism. Thank you, Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I recognize the Honorable Member for for a point of order, 1 minute, and then I'll go straight to Lilongwe Muloza for another point of order for another 1 minute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, First Deputy Speaker, for recognizing people of the Casina. I wanted to raise a point of order on an uncle for my brother from Salima, but I will not raise a point of order on him. But mine is a point of order on the Minister of Justice. Is it in order?
He hasn't made any contribution to
No,
the
he
House.
has. He has, Chair.
You cannot rise on a point of order, he hasn't raised any issues. So allow me to recognize Lilongwe.
He's our dear brother-in-law. He's my dear brother-in-law.
Honorable Member, I will recognize the Honorable Member for Lilongwe. Lilongwe Muloza, you have 1 minute to raise your point of order.
Thank you so much, Honorable First Deputy Speaker. Is it in order? I know your office allocate time. You gave the Honorable Member, the previous speaker, 10 good minutes, but he managed to speak for 15 minutes. He started at 10:38 and finished at 10:53. This is a house of record. Honorable First Deputy Speaker.
Honorable Member, please resume your seat. Honorable Member, I have my own clock here. We might be using different clocks. The clock I'm using, he only spoke for 11 minutes. And the chair has discretion. I have discretion. When you rise after the half a break, I might give you 12 minutes. So don't start complaining when I give someone 1 minute. I might, but you cannot reflect on the chair. Honorable Member, please resume your seat. When I speak, you resume your seat. Thank you. Honorable members, I will be continuing the contribution after the half a break. After the half a break, I'll be suspending proceedings for a half a break. We will resume sitting. But before I do that, honorable members, we have, let's resume our seats, honorable members. It actually shows the decorum of this house. We have students in the gallery. They are from Holmes Junior Academy. The 11 students plus 1 teacher. They came this morning to observe parliamentary proceedings. Can I ask the students and their teacher to rise so the House can looks like they have already left the chamber. Honour members, it is tradition, if we have guests coming to observe parliamentary proceedings, engage with the information desk or the table clerks. So we appreciate your people and recognize them. It's not easy to bring people from wherever we've come from. People come as far as Chinteje, people come as far as Maraka, people come as far as Salima, and they come as far as Bangwe, and all over Malawi, and even Club Banana, where the Right Honorable Speaker comes from. So please let us always know so we can recognize your guests. But let's resist from taking our guests to where honorable members are taking a healthy break, because that area is restricted for members of parliament. Even if you have guests, please let's not just walk with them there, because honourable members are supposed to be protected by the Sergeant at Arms. So let's not take our visitors where honourable members are to avoid the obvious. Thank you very much, honourable members. It is 10:59:37. It's almost 11 o'clock, honourable members. I'll suspend the proceedings for a healthy break. The House will resume sitting at 11:30. House suspended.
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe ku channel ya AMTV Malawi.